Welcome, my dear students. So, this is a new lecture of functional analysis. So, in the previous lectures, we have discussed about shorter basis and incomplete normed spaces. So, there are actually normed spaces in which every Cauchy sequence need not converge in the space itself. So, I gave you explicit example like the set of all rational numbers Q or something like that. Okay. So, or polynomials. I gave you some examples in the case of incomplete spaces. As in the case of metric spaces, now the natural question arises with the fact that does this incomplete spaces can be made into a complete spaces or completion of this normed spaces is possible. Is it possible to complete every incomplete normed space into a complete one or Banach space? Okay, so this this theorem 2.32 establishes that. Keep in mind that associated with every norm, we can define a metric in terms of d of xy is equal to norm of x minus 5. We can define such a metric. So, the property which can be used to characterize or the property which is essential in the case of metric space can be somewhat extended onto the normed space as well. So the theorem which we have already discussed, that is the completion of the metric space, can be used to prove the completion of the normed space. So before getting into much details, let's state the theorem that capital X with a norm, be a normed space, then there is a Banach space X cap which is the complete normed space and an isometry A from X onto a subspace W of X cap which is dense in X cap. The space X cap is unique except for isometries. So the theorem states that if you are given with a normed spaces, then it can be completed. So every incomplete space can be completed or every normed space can be made it into a Banach space which is the complete normed space and also associated with x in the space x has been completed onto a bigger space x cap. Associated with x, there exists a subspace W of x cap which is dense in x, which means that W closure should be equal to x cap. And also the space associated with the space x, that is the completion of x, is unique except for isometry, which means that if you are given with two different completion of a particular space, both the space should be isometric or structurally same. So the theorem states two important facts. One is every incomplete space can be completed or made it into a Banach spaces, and the underlying space from which we develop the complete space should be dense in the space. And the second thing is such a completion should be unique. So we have stated a similar theorem in the case of metric spaces. We use the same idea, we will use the same idea as we have defined in the case of completion of metric space to prove the general terminology or general proof. So the idea is that in the case of metric spaces, we have defined a class of Cauchy sequence or Cauchy sequence in X, and associated with every Cauchy sequence, there exists a limit. Okay, so we call the limit as x, and every Cauchy sequence which converges to x is represented by the equivalence class x cap, and we constructed capital X cap using that. We use the same idea as in the case of metric space here as well. Okay, so let's move on to the proof. Okay, so the proof. So what we are going to do is we are going to define a construct a complete normed space X cap. Okay, so the first step is as in the case of the theorem 1.6.2, we construct of X cap. Please remember that the theorem 1.6.2 also has some relevant steps. Okay, some steps. It was a stepwise procedure to complete the whole proof. Here also we use the same complete steps as in the case of theorem 1.6.2. So you should be quoting the theorem as well. So construction of X cap. For that, so our objective is here a space X is given. It should be completed, which means that there are Cauchy sequence Xn in X which may not converge in capital X. Okay. So using that Cauchy sequence, we define the space X cap. Okay. So how we define X cap? Let Xn and Xn dash be Cauchy sequence in capital X, and they are related. Xn related to Xn dash, we define an equivalence relation. If norm of Xn minus Xn dash tends to 0 as n tends to infinity, which is same as the same definition which is defined on the metric space, that is d of xn dash converges to 0 as n tends to infinity, or limit d of xn dash converges to 0. So what does this actually mean? So Xn and Xn dash be Cauchy sequence in X, which means that it should converge to some point. So two sequences are related if both of them are closer to each other, which means that both of them are converging to the same number. So if you are given with an X, a particular element in capital X, okay, so this X cap consists of all the Cauchy sequence which converges to X. Okay, so this is what actually the element X cap means. And there may exist elements which are not in X, in which there exists a sequence which converges to that element. Okay, that particular element, because the space may not be complete. So if a sequence converges to a particular element, that element creates an equivalence class X cap, which means that which consists of all the Cauchy sequence converging to that element, which is what this relation means. So this equivalence relation generates a class of equivalence class. Okay, so it consisting of equivalence class consisting of elements X cap, Y cap, etc. X cap consists of all the Cauchy sequence which converges to the element X. Y cap consisting of all the Cauchy sequence which converges to Y. So this is what it means. So capital X cap consists of all the equivalence classes. So we have defined capital X cap, so which contains all the elements of X, because corresponding to every element in X we can define a Cauchy sequence which converges to X, which generates a new equivalence class X cap, and which should be in capital X cap. And there may exist sequences in capital X which converges, but the limit may not be in capital X. So corresponding to that element also we can define an equivalence class X cap which should also be in capital X cap. So clearly corresponding to every element in capital X there exists an element in X cap. So there may be exist elements which may not be in X, but there should exist a sequence in X which converges outside X, and corresponding to that sequence also there may exist elements or equivalence classes in capital X. So this is what our set, the new set means our new set consisting of all the equivalence classes defined using the relation x into sequence, Cauchy sequence, xn and xn dash converge equivalent or related if limit d of xn xn dash equal to 0, which means that all the Cauchy sequence which converges to the same limit. Okay. Now we have defined a set which is actually bigger than capital X. Now we have to define a metric on that, because associated with that metric we can define a norm as well. So this is how we proceed. Okay. So corresponding to this x cap, the new set, we have to define a metric. Okay. So we have a set capital X and a metric D. So we have to define this in terms of this metric D. So now we define a new metric, which is defined as d cap of x cap y cap, where d cap is the new metric in x cap, which is defined as limit n tends to infinity d of xn yn. So x cap is an element in capital X cap. So associated with x cap, there should exist a class of Cauchy sequence. We take only one sequence from that. And associated with y cap, there exists Cauchy sequence yn which converges to y. So d cap of x cap y cap should be the limit of d of xn yn. So d of xn yn corresponding to x1 y1, there exists a real number, because xn is an element in capital X and yn is an element in capital X. So every x1, x2, etc. xn are elements in capital X. So d of xn y1, d of x2 y2, d of x3 y3, etc. exists. So it's a real sequence actually. So you can take the limit of this sequence, and that limit should be the value of d cap of x cap y cap. Now we have defined a set which is actually bigger than capital X. The set is called x cap, and a metric d cap associated with every element in x cap y cap. So now the objective is, we have defined a set and a metric or a relation. Now we have to prove that this space is a normed space, or first of all we have to prove that it's a vector space. So our objective is to prove that x cap is a vector space. In order to prove that, the first thing we have to define is, we have to take two elements x cap comma y cap in capital X cap. We have to establish that x cap plus y cap actually belongs to capital X cap. And also, if alpha is any constant in the underneath field and x cap is an element in capital X cap, the element alpha x cap should also belongs to capital X. If these properties satisfies, clearly we can understand that x cap is a vector space. So our objective is to define a vector addition and a scalar multiplication on the set x cap, which is defined as in the above. So we take the first condition, that is 1. Let x cap comma y cap be an element in capital X cap. So associated with x cap, there exists a Cauchy sequence xn. There may be many, we take only one. And associated with y cap, we have a Cauchy sequence yn. Now we have to prove that x cap plus y cap belongs to capital X cap. What is the condition for an element to be in capital X cap? The condition is that it should be a Cauchy sequence. So if you define an element z cap which is defined as x cap plus y cap, associated with this representation, there should exist a sequence Zn which is defined as xn plus yn, and we should be proving that this Zn is actually a Cauchy sequence, because z cap is x cap plus y cap. So the sequence associated with z cap should be the sum of the sequence associated with x cap plus y cap. So the sum of the sequence associated with x cap plus y cap is xn plus yn, which is named as Zn. So what we have to prove is, we have to prove that Zn is quotient.